Hey, what's going on? So I can honestly, truthfully say for the first time ever, this video is sponsored by Rhino Shield. So we're just gonna get straight into it. Let's just start from the left to the right. As you can see, right here we have what's called the Rhino Shield Clear Case. So it's a MagSafe compatible case. Now, keyword there is MagSafe compatible. We're gonna talk about that in a second. We have two of their grip mats for the, obviously, iPhone 13 Pro Max. These feel like they're supposed to be for the bigger phones, but again, on here it says MagSafe compatible, it says innovative personal recycled material. We're gonna get into all that in a second as well. Now these two are the Grip Max and the Grip Max Mini. These don't say MagSafe compatible, so I'm assuming that they do not work with MagSafe, but we're gonna test it out as well. We have the Rhino Shield Mod NX for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And I wanted to try this case out after looking at rhinoshield.com. I'm sorry, rhinoshield.io. And I wanted to make sure that I got this in hand because when I get the iPhone 14 Pro Max, I'm probably gonna have to get this case again. And finally, we have the 3D Impact Screen Protector. I'm a huge fan of having screen protectors on my phones. I feel like if you don't have a screen protector on your phone, you better have some good insurance. That being said, this is a transparent one. It says that it has oleophobic coating, has high transparency, is durable, innovative, and it obviously works for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. We're gonna start with obviously the case. Let's get to it. Here we have obviously Rhino Shield's case. This is the clear case for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now they have a bunch of sales going on right now at rhinoshield.io because of the fact that obviously the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the 13 series is about to be phased out in reference to the iPhone 14. So you're getting a whole bunch of deals. This is great for people who are saying that they're not going to upgrade this year. You can get this case right now. Normally it's $29.99, but you can get it for $19.99. Obviously they have shipping codes and things like that. I'll have that down in the description below. Let's open it up. As you can see, we have the language there. Something came off of this, which is actually pretty weird. You know, we don't do any fake unboxings here. This actually came off as I was unboxing it, but obviously you can put it back in if I could get it right. Let's see. Oh no, this is not coming. That's already a big con for me right there. I'm not fond of that. Let's see if it goes through the other side. Doesn't go through the other side either. And this is real. This is real, folks. I'm not sitting here BSing you. This happened on this case. Unfortunately, it came off. That's a big thing. That's a big thing I'm not too fond of. But I'm sure, obviously, this just might be an isolated thing because obviously now it snaps back in and it doesn't move. So cool. We can just leave that where it is. We have some language, obviously, in different languages. It says protect the planet. It doesn't give you any other statements. It says, thank you for supporting Rhino Shield. By purchasing this product, you are also taking part in our plastic reduction campaign. Aside from ensuring our products arrive in good condition, this eco-friendly packaging. Moving right along. Now, so we have the case right here. We have the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Before I even put that on, I just want to let you guys know, this is what it's going to look like. It feels really sturdy on the sides. There are no grips. If I can show you in the camera with the zoom. Obviously, you have the MagSafe there. You know my motto, if it doesn't have the ring, it doesn't do the thing, right? Which means that it will not work with MagSafe. Right here, we have the Satechi charger. I can just do this right now just to show you. Boom, go straight on there. It does work. You have some buttons on the side. These are pretty much, wow. They do come out, which is good. So you can obviously interchange those if you want, but it does feel good in the hand. I will say that the buttons are very clicky just from using that, and obviously you saw that fall out. I'm leaving it in, by the way, because why not? But putting the phone in the case really quickly, it feels really, it's different. This is a thicker clear case than I'm normally used to, and I've used a lot of other third parties, but this feels like the drop protection is there. It's prevalent. It feels different in the hand compared to what I was using before, which is a really slim case. This feels like it's going to protect your phone. So if you want a case that's going to protect your phone, this is going to be it right here. Especially if you want something that's clear but has a little bit of flair to it. This little camera cutout, which obviously popped out before, I can show you guys again just to be clear. It does have an elevated lip right there. So if you look compared, it will actually protect from a drop, which I think is really nice. But let's get into the next product. Up next, we have the considered to be the limited edition Rhino Shield Mod NX. This is obviously the frame, the rim, the buttons, which are yellow, and then obviously you have all the literature and everything. This is what they consider to be a polyester compound and acrylic. case, which I think is pretty interesting because I've tried a lot of different cases. This one, I'm interested in to see, one, how thick it is, two, what the feel is in the hand, and three, will it actually protect my phone? Now, opening this up, you get the same type of literature about protecting the planet, and we have the Mod NX. It's two pieces, so you have the actual outer rim right here, and you have the protector for the back. Notice what you'll see here is obviously you have Inky, Blinky, Pinky. I think, I forgot the other one. Let me know down in the comments below which one the fourth one is. But I remember Inky, Blinky, and Pinky, but I can't remember the other ones. But if you were a fan of Pac-Man growing up, this was a great case. And I see that they left one off, but obviously the case is a different color, so that's that. But noticeably, it doesn't have MagSafe, and the reason why, it doesn't have the ring. It does have a nice design. It does say the partnership with Pac-Man and Rhino Shield is there. You'll see it's pretty nice. We can take off this plastic because, you know, who needs plastic on the cases, right? But I guess they were protecting it from drops and stuff like that in the box. Right here, obviously, it's going to go on the back of your phone. You can put that there, and you can tell, sitting side by side, it's going to be flush with the phone, which I think is pretty nice. But what you're supposed to do first is obviously slide the phone into this bumper. So obviously, I've done bumper cases before with older iPhones, but I haven't seen a really good bumper case in a very long time. So I'm going to assume with Rhino Shield, what they want you to do is slide the the screen protector in there first, which we'll do. We'll slide this in here, push that in without breaking it. We got it. There we go. Let's make sure. All right, let's just make sure it's flush, which it seems to be. And then we'll do is we'll put the phone in. I don't like that. Why is it not doing it? Okay. Again, trial and error. We got to keep going. Let's try one more time. So I think I figured it out. So after all the trial and error, there's two pieces actually on here as well. This is interesting. The way that they make the the Mod NX different from the regular clear case, this is optional. So you can put this on in order to protect the back of your phone, or you can just take this, which is the bumper, slide it onto your phone, and now you have this, which it has an elevated like lip on the back, so it's protecting the back of your phone. As you can see, let me just show you what it looks like from this angle. As you can see, it's really elevated. So there's a lot of space right here to protect from drops. Feels good in the hand, it just does not feel good on the back. And the reason why I feel that is because there's such a significant spacing between, like, obviously the rubberized lip and this, that it doesn't feel good to hold. I actually feel like holding it in my hand this way is actually going to cause me to drop the phone more because I'm not holding on to anything. It feels like kind of like dead air right here between the spots. So what I'm going to try to do is take the, let me see if we can we take this out? I think we can. Let's try one more time. We're going to take this little plastic spot out. Okay, so as you can see, we got two different things right here, two different spots that you can put this on, and then you have the clear. So you can put the clear in here just like so, and then you can put the phone in the case. I like this much better. I like this way better than this extra piece. The reason why, yes, this does make sure that you can use this if you want to in order to, you know, protect your case from a drop. Your phone from a drop. The issue is the rubberized backing is not secure. Like in my head, like it just doesn't feel like having a case that's flush. If you see this, look at how flush this was, and we'll flash back to how it looked with the other rubberized backing. If you look here, it is flush. When you sit it down on a table, like it'll slide, but it won't feel like there's just space between there. This feels good, and I love the fact that this is Pac-Man. Overall, if I had to give it a 1 out of 5, I'm gonna give this one maybe like a 3.5. And the only reason is because when I do wanna use MagSafe, what's gonna happen is this. I'm gonna have to take this clear backing off, which is, you know, roughly me doing this without breaking it. I don't want to be like Ray J in that that viral clip where someone broke his glasses, right? You put the buttons, you put the phone in here, and then you have all of that space. Like there's a lot of space without the spacer. So imagine adding the spacer to this, right? So the spacer would be right here. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to go that way. No, it's not even supposed to go that way either. this is what it would look like. I just don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of that spacing. But the upside is, guess what? It will work with MagSafe. I just not a fan at all. Finally, let's get to those grips because I'm really interested in the grips. As you see, we have Grip Mini and Grip Max. We have two that are MagSafe compatible and we have two that are not. Let's start right out of the way by saying the ones that I have to my left, which are the Grip Max and the Grip Mini, these are more my style. I like the fact that they have the Snoopy logo, the bird, as well as this. It's pretty simple. Now, somebody would say there's a competitor when it comes to the grips. They're like, obviously you have like pop sockets and stuff like that. But when I looked online, I felt like this fit my phone and my case way better than anything else I've ever used. And the reason why I say that is because these don't have that really annoying like pop to them, where it's nice to play with when you're bored or like headed to work or something, but these just look better aesthetically, and I just rather prefer these. Let's start with the Grip Max. I want to start with obviously the Snoopy one because I think this is my favorite. Open this up. All right, so it comes with a user guide, which I think is pretty interesting, but this is the Grip Max. This is the Snoopy edition for Peanuts. I know I said Snoopy Peanuts, same difference, but basically this is essentially a pop socket for your phone that allows you to grip your phone in any manner that you would. So obviously imagine my iPhone right here. You have this, so now whenever you're on the phone, you can just go and say, hey, I'm on the phone, and type and text. I'll show you with this case how it would look. This is how it would look when you're doing that. So you would hold the phone like this. If you wanted to, you can hold it with one finger, two fingers, or whatever. You could do that if you wished. Issue is this does not have MagSafe. It has an adhesive instead, which the only caveat to having, no MagSafe is the fact that it will not snap automatically to your phone, which means you're gonna have to take off this adhesive, put it on the back of your phone or the back of your case. Now, if you've ever done an adhesive to like your iPhone itself, just be mindful when you take it off to go trade it in, because sometimes it will leave that adhesive and it's hard to get off, and you can't put Goo Gone on an iPhone. And if you do, just be really, really careful when you do. So here's the Grip Max Mini. Here's the Grip Max. Obviously, if you have a iPhone Pro Max, get the Max. If you have the Mini, get the Mini, because it's going to work with more compatible phones. But let's, just for, shoots and giggles. Now, this is what it's going to look like on your phone. That is exactly what it's going to look like in size, in size. I'm not going to take the adhesive off because I will be trading in my phone soon. But basically, this is what it would look like if you're holding two finger action this way. If you decide you want, just hold it with one finger, cool. Now, let's compare the two in size. All right, so you have obviously the Max and you have the Mini, day and night in sizes. So again, if you have anything that's not an iPhone 13 Pro Max, just go with the Mini. It already is smaller, but I feel like it's more compatible with cases and things like that compared to this Pro Max, which is going to usurp your entire phone. So just be mindful when you're picking these sizes, how big in size both of these are going to be. These are the ones I wanted to talk about because I was interested in them. Not really too fond of the designs, but limited edition when it comes to the MagSafe compatibility. They're essentially the same thing as that Peanuts Grip Max, but these are MagSafe compatible. I want to just open one just to show you guys exactly what it's going to look like. Obviously, I have one with some cats on it. Goes from kind of like a moon to an actual cat. And then you have the Grip Max, which is MagSafe compatible as well. So we open this up. Pretty simple setup. Open this up. So now you have the MagSafe compatible version of the Grip Max, and you have the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now, this one obviously doesn't have the adhesive, but it has the MagSafe. This is key because for anybody who actually uses their MagSafe, I know there are plenty of you guys who don't. For the people who do, being able to say, I don't want to have this on all the time and I can just take this off means that you don't have to worry about the adhesive being on your case. That was one thing I've always hated about pop sockets, because either you buy the case that has the pop socket attached, or you buy a pop socket, it doesn't sit flush, it doesn't go inside of the case or anything like that. When it comes to MagSafe compatible things like that, you can put it on there when you want it, and then you can take it off when you don't. If you take this off, you can just honestly put this MagSafe compatible Grip Max on it, and you can put it on in different ways, I'm assuming. No, just one way. Oh, that sucks, but here we are. So when you're holding it with MagSafe, this is what it's going to look like. Now, I will say, if you pull away, it's not the strongest thing at all. Like, I'm not going to do the drop test, but like, Yeah, so it's not super secure by any means. So don't go thinking you're just gonna hold this and not hold the sides of your phone. You're gonna end up doing double work. You're gonna have to hold the phone in a certain way, and you're gonna have to hold this to make sure that one, it doesn't slide. It might seem secure, but it's not. I'll be completely honest with you. It's not as secure as you would think. This is something that when you do wanna use it, you can use it. Let me see. Oh, no. Okay, so you can't use it as a stand either, which is a little bit of a bummer. You can't move it down, but you know what? For it to be what it is, I do enjoy it. So far, I'll give this one, surprisingly, I'll give this one like a 3. The reason why I would give this one a 3 and give the Grip Max and the Grip Mini a 3.5 is because of the fact that the MagSafe doesn't feel as strong as it should. Now, I'm sure if you used it with the case, but mind you, this is just directly on the phone. So it's MagSafe to MagSafe. There's no third party, like, you know, in between to it. It's just how it's supposed to be. Overall, though, I have to say, right now, when it comes, if I had to do things in order, Grip Max Mini, hands down, my favorite. This is my favorite one. Even with the Pro Max, I'm gonna tell people to go and get the Grip Mini. Even if you don't plan on using it every day, just get one, because this is something that it's small when you're not using it, you don't have to, or you can just keep it on the case that you know, swap out every couple of days. Get the Grip Max, the Grip Mini. The Grip Max, only issue I had with this is the size that it wasn't MagSafe compatible. But now I have to go back on that, because if you can attach this to your favorite case, it's not going to come off that case. Compared to the MagSafe version, where yes, it comes off your case, but it's not as secure because the MagSafe magnet within here, I guess to save space, is not that strong. And finally, when it comes to the cases, like this one, I'm still on the fence with. I do like Pac-Man, but I'm not gonna let that deter the fact that the case itself could be improved on. If it had MagSafe, this would probably be the case I used every day, just because of the fact that I like Pac-Man that much. But for now, unfortunately, I'll just be using the clear case, because the clear case is vastly superior to this case. It feels good in the hand, it has the right adequate buttons, and more importantly, it has the MagSafe. That MagSafe does a world of difference for me. It gives me options. I can either charge from, you know, the cutouts that are honestly really precise, really precise, or I can charge using MagSafe and it's a strong hold. And then if you just so decide, you can go and put this on here, and then let's see, I guess with their case, it does work. It works, and it's a little bit stronger. So if you do decide to do that, again, just go ahead and just get this, but make sure you get a MagSafe compatible case with it. If you don't, it's not going to work out with just the naked iPhone. So I just debunked my own statement. If you're going to use the Grip Max with MagSafe, get you the case from Rhino Shield that has MagSafe, and it won't fall off. Problem solved there. So that's probably, actually, I can just do that. Let's just go with that. You know what? This is actually a good setup as well. iPhone, Rhino Shield clear case. Obviously, you have their MagSafe Grip Max. Solid setup. So I would go with this. This one, probably not so much. And the only reason is it doesn't have MagSafe. It's that simple for me. Overall, though, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.